introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Kay Duckett. I'm a lay reader at All Saints Wingerworth near Chesterfield. And previously I worshipped at St James Church, Temple Normanton and St George's Church in New Mills.
And what do you do, Kay? What does a normal day in your life look like?
Well, I've been retired for 11 years now, so my time is my own. And I don't really have a set daily schedule. I go to the gym twice a week for a gentle workout, nothing too strenuous. I spend a lot of time out of doors with my dogs and visiting people, doing the garden, visiting places in Derbyshire and South Yorkshire and friends and so on. I grew up in Sheffield, and so I'm not too far away from my roots, if you like. I was in the Methodist Church in those days. And so I changed to the Anglican Church after my parents died. And since about 1994, I've been a regular pilgrim to Walsingham. So and I've volunteered there as well for several years. But I love to go away to warm, sunny countries. I'm longing to get away to a sunny place and where it's nice and warm. But when you're retired, you can do more at church. You can offer more. So as a reader, I'm passionate about the Bible and about Bible studies. And I've done several short courses, Lent and Advent sort of thing, and preaching from time to time. And as you know, I facilitated the Transforming Faith course for the diocese for 3 years. I'm particularly keen on intercessory prayer ministry for spiritual and physical healing. I think that's hugely important. And I share it with former student colleagues in Manchester and Nottingham, and also, of course, with the church pastoral team. I love taking communion to people when we're able to, which, of course, we've not been able to for 12 months or so during the coronavirus pandemic. But we've done more remote pastoral work, cards and phone calls and so on, and the occasional bunch of flowers to keep in touch with elderly or housebound folk.
It sounds like you're really, really busy, Kay.
Yeah,
what impact,
can be.
What impact does your faith have as you're going about your everyday life?
I think it holds everything together. It holds me together. If you like, it's my invisible means of support for my spiritual life and for my reader ministry. And it enables me and encourages me to be compassionate towards other people. I'm not a very patient person generally, but sometimes I'm able to look out for other people better than I might otherwise have done. I think this year, when a lot of people have been shielding, particularly several of my neighbours, those of us who are able to get out and have been able to do shopping or keeping in touch with them have done so. We've been aware of each other's needs as a small community. And I know there's lots of decent people out there who are good Samaritans, if you like, to their family, their friends, their wider community. But I think as Christians, our perspective is different. And the way we share God's love with people through what we do for them. As one of my former priests used to say, you might be the only Bible that some people read. So it puts a bit of responsibility on your shoulders. And when I was working, my colleagues used to ask me to pray for them or with them in difficulties in their life situations. And now, most days I meet other dog walkers, and sometimes you get into really deep conversations with them. And knowing that I go to church, very often people will unburden themselves. They sort of feel that you're the trick, I think, is to listen, and then they will pour out their problems, whether it's family relationships or bereavement or maybe fears about COVID this last year. It's been horrendous for a lot of people. And just simple loneliness. So many people live on their own, and they're just glad of somebody to talk to,
How does your church help support you in your everyday faith, Kay?
Well, I'm not terribly sure that I can answer that question that way round. I'm more inclined to think of what I give to the church and to the members of the congregation, because I feel as a Christian and as a reader, my responsibility is to equip members of the congregation in whatever way I can to deal with their everyday issues as well as their spiritual needs. And I know that as a group of, a congregation, we support each other. And I don't think anybody takes out more than they put in. Can I put it like that, And I think the main thing I've learned in the last year is that so many people, like me, live on their own for whatever reason, whether it's, divorce or never been married or illness, or they've got a relative in hospital, a spouse in a care home, whatever. And they need tremendous amount of support. And I think as representatives, if you like, of the church, we need to be aware of their situation and aware of their needs and constantly ask, what can we do for them? I'm fortunate in I have good health, so I'm not on the receiving end of anything other than prayer ministry. I think we pray for each other, obviously. I think we do just need to be more aware of people who are on their own, especially, if you like, lifelong members of the church who are just not well enough to come anymore, or they can't get going quickly enough to come on a Sunday morning, but they still want to be part of the congregation, part of the community. So it's a two-way thing, but I think at the moment I'm still in the giving phase. The time will come when I need to be on the receiving end, I'm sure.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you for sharing your story of your everyday faith.